Hello, this is the Flame Leviathan guide from learntoplaywo.com. This encounter is one of the easiest in Ulduar, and thus it should not pose any serious problems. It goes without saying that a good balance of the types of vehicles that your raid has is essential. That means 2 of each type in the 10-man version and 5 of each type in the 25. Additionally, make sure that each demolisher or siege engine driver has a passenger. Most of the fight is about kiting the Flame Leviathan around, preferably in a circle type pattern in the given encounter area. Players should do everything they can to avoid having Leviathan catch up to them and thus taking serious damage. Also, the boss gathers a stacking buff up to 20 stacks, each increasing its speed by 5%, but tar from the bikes can be used to slow him down. Let's take a closer look on how some of the provided vehicles can be used. The main purpose of the bikes is to drop tar in front of the Leviathan and thus slow him down. A good way of doing this is by using the bike's burst of speed to get in front of a followed player and then dropping the tar. The tar can be ignited by other vehicles who fire at it. Additionally, the bike can be used to pick up players thrown on the ground. Players that are on the ground will be taking heavy damage and the bikes must be quick to pick them up. However, for normal modes, this is not necessarily a requirement, as players may die faster than you can reach them. In this video, this player doesn't know that he can jump into my bike and thus he dies. Moving on, this is me seen as a passenger in a demolisher. The demolisher is the ranged DPS of the fight. The driver's main role is to stay at a reasonable distance from the boss and use Hurl Boulder ability, while his passenger fires up mortar. The demolisher's passenger can use anti-air rocket ability to bring down more pirate, and then he can grab crate to restock the driver's pirate. For hard modes especially, it is preferred to try to keep as many stacks of pirate, up to a maximum of 10, on the boss. For normal modes, the driver can just use the pirate during the overload. DPS passengers, preferably self-healing or ranged, can choose to load themselves up into the catapult to be thrown at the Leviathan and DPS from on top of him. However, this is not a necessity for normal mode. Once a player is thrown down from the Leviathan, he is expected to be picked up by a bike and then transported back to a demolisher. The passenger can help with taking the demolisher out of harm's way by using increased speed ability, provided that their driver has left 25 pirate in reserve. Seen as a siege engine passenger, the fight is an easy one, as you only got 3 abilities to use. Fire Cannon costs 20 steam pressure and is your main DPS ability. Just aim and fire. Quickly use the shield generator if the Leviathan turns towards your driver in order to avoid damage. Just like a demolisher passenger, you can also bring down pirate by using rockets. As a siege engine driver, you are like a tank, staying in close to the Leviathan and ramming him as often as possible. Use electroshock to interrupt flame vents. Use steam rush to get some distance between you and the boss when he turns towards you. However, when the Leviathan turns to any of the siege engines ramming his back, you might get caught in his EOE attack, and thus it may be better not to have too many sieges bunched up behind him. As the boss switches targets every 30 seconds, you can use deadly boss modes to anticipate this and move away from him in time. Overall, the Flame Leviathan encounter, normal mode, is an easy one. However, the hard modes are a different story. Each tower left up increases his health by 50%, in addition to providing various increases to the Leviathan's capabilities. Success in the hard modes depends on how well players can coordinate and control their vehicles. 10 stacks of pirates should be rolling on the boss almost all the time. No unnecessary damage should be taken by the vehicles. Players thrown off the Leviathan should be quickly taken onto bikes. This has been a guide from learntoplaywo.com. Thanks for watching.